There'd be very few people anywhere in the world that speak whatever language would not have heard of the Great Barrier Reef, one of the natural wonders of the world. So to be involved in being a steward for it, collecting data that will ultimately help us protect it is, quite a privilege.
And taking people out to see it, because once they see it and they see the wildness of it and its beauty, they feel like they have hope. I'm Adele.
I'm Stuart.
And all you need to bring is your sense of adventure. Mission Beach it's the quintessential Australian beach town. It's amazing in terms of the fact that the world's oldest rainforest encroaches on the beach.
Sydney-based Adele and Stuart moved to Mission Beach for a change of pace and to take over Great Barrier Reef safaris. A charter boat for ocean adventures and island hopping. But any questions about these city slickers' seafaring credentials can easily be washed away.
Have you guys ever been out before?
Not here, we haven't.
Okay, all right. I had a very, very fortunate life as a marine biologist and as a modern day explorer. I've worked in every ocean, from the shallowest nearshore ecosystems, the Great Barrier Reef, to the deepest bits of the ocean. I've worked in the tropics, I've worked in Antarctica. There was an active volcano off of the islands of Samoa, and we actually took a submersible and went inside the volcano to see what kind of life was living inside. What we have right here, this stuff floating on the water, is called trichodesmian. And when we see a trichodesmian bloom, it's a positive sign.
I was in the Navy for about 10 years, and during that time I studied at university and I had a sub-major in oceanography. Whilst I haven't had the breadth of experience in various oceans that Adele has, I have mostly circumnavigated Australia, not in one hit, but in various different passages. But I've also operated in waters like just here behind us, the tropics around the Great Barrier Reef. So we're starting to get now into the shallower edge of the coral reef that's in front of the resort.
While both had strong connections to the ocean, they found themselves later in their careers working office jobs in Sydney. But good fortune would mean their paths crossed, where any good courtship takes place.
In a very Australian manner, we met at the pub.
On Valentine's Day, of all days.
Of all days. Welcome to Dunk. Yeah, it's good. All right, we'll get the camping gear off, and then I'll take you guys down to your campsite, okay? Our first holiday that we ever took together was to Greece. We always had in our mind that when we retired, we would retire to Greece and buy a sailboat. We'd sail around the islands, and we would take people on sunset cruises when we needed cash. And I thought to myself, well, why are we waiting?
So I actually spent several years, looking what I thought quite laterally in terms of what role I could do. And it was one day at dinner that Adele sort of put forward an idea that she'd found something.
I was looking at things like sailboats that do sunset cruises. They did research, they did snorkeling tours, they did fishing, they did island caretaking. I was like, hey, that's us. Okay, so here's the instructions, but basically it's just...
We're men, we don't read.
That's why there's pictures.
Okay.
Other than sleeping on it, it was like, okay, well, let's start researching, well, what will it take for us to be able to start to do this?
From the time that I did my dinner pitch to the time we arrived in Mission Beach was 2 months.
Not content with running tours and castaway camping operations, they also went back to their roots, offering their services for research purposes to help keep the reef alive and well.
We're looking after 5% of the Great Barrier Reef. And that's just Stuart and me and our little boat. What we try and offer is what we would want out of an experience. There's a reason David Attenborough says far north Queensland is his favorite place in the world to visit, because as lovers of nature, you have it all.
If you want to find out more about what Adele and Stuart have on offer, head to their website. And to find out how you can discover this beautiful part of the world yourself, go to cassowarycoasttourism.com.au.
It's gonna sound pretty pathetic, but we go snorkeling on our days off.
Take friends with us as well. They love it.
If you've missed anything on today's show or want some more information on the story, head to our website, 9.com.au/MyWay. All our episodes up on 9 now. On the next My Way, more stories of inspiring Australians who are doing things their way. We'll see you then on My Way.